I like how this is the top rated review. Is the beer is really sour. I do not really taste the peanut butter. Disappointing as a stout.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Fucking up.
But not as good as the newest Game of Thrones episode that we all just sat through and watched. And, oh boy, are we feeling good. It's the Dungeon Junkies, here for Real Talk, GOT.
Oh, that's as much as we can do.
Yeah, that's as much as we can do. That's it. Sorry.
But wasn't that
fair,
cool, huh?
Fair use. But here with me, and by the way, my name is Nick. Over to my right, I have...
Alex.
And over to my left, I have...
Henry.
Hell yeah. And we're here to talk about Game of Thrones. Now, this is going to be limited as we only have 4 episodes left of Game of Thrones.
I wish it was longer.
Oh, me too.
Wish it lasted
I mean,
forever,
don't you wish you could just go back to the beginning?
Guys, if we get a spin-off, we can do that one too.
There you go.
They'll get a spin-off going for sure.
They'll get a spin-off. But it's not going to... See, here's the thing. If they do a spin-off, it's not going to be Game of Thrones.
No.
Like, this is the end of Game of Thrones. We have 4 episodes
I'm
left.
not even sure it'll ever be as good as Game of Thrones either.
Never will be.
No, I mean,
Never
look at Star Wars. Shit. They're still
Oh, God,
pumping
don't even get me started.
They're still pumping that shit out.
Don't get me started.
But anyways, so kind of what I wanted to do today is just talk about the episode. For the first thing I wanted to talk about was what was your first impression without diving deep into the episode here? What was your initial after you watched it? You were like, yeah. What was your first impression?
It felt like, well, here's your spoiler warning. Spoilers, wow, crazy. Spoilers, a suspense episode. It just felt like it was a build-up to what's about to happen right now. It's putting all the pieces together. They gave us the ship for Arya and what's his face, the Smith guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Gendry. Fucking Gendry.
Yeah,
they gave us
Gendry.
that ship, which I'm fucking down for, and so is everyone else.
So that was a little weird.
And I agree, it is a little weird.
It's a little weird just because, rightfully so, they haven't sexified Arya before.
right.
And so it was just weird seeing it at this point.
All right, so we'll table that for later. And for your first impressions.
My first impressions were very mixed. It was a suspense episode, but I wanted more action. I'm a little bummed we didn't get as much action as I was anticipating.
Yeah.
Yours?
That was definitely it. I definitely enjoyed it because here's the thing is I love story. I really do. That's my favorite thing about playing video games is just getting into the fucking story. And so while I really wanted the action because I still believe that the trailer from last week led us to believe that this upcoming week was going to be a lot more
indeed,
a lot more action oriented.
No. I would be interested in going to look back. I think we may have seen swords swinging.
Yes.
In the trailer, and
That's
then
funny.
those swords did not swing in the actual episode.
I kind of
it's just a big teaser, just all of it.
Or maybe they got very clever shots of those guys training.
Yeah.
I
don't know. But my first impression was I really enjoyed it because of the story aspect.
Yes.
There was a lot of big things that happened, and it's
Yeah.
cool seeing all these characters in the same place. But halfway through it, a quarter way through it, I was like, okay, how are they gonna fit in all this action? Are they gonna make the fight the last 10 minutes, and then, and then
that's what I
halfway,
thought.
and then
That's what I
halfway,
thought. It was gonna be
and then
maybe the last 10 minutes.
Right, and what it ended up being, I really enjoyed.
I really enjoyed it as well.
There's no arguing that.
I definitely thought we were going to see more or some action. Maybe I anticipated more post winter because obviously, right? I mean, I'm guessing if we're doing a battle for Winterfell this early in the season, I know there's only 6 episodes, but unless we're spending the entire season in this battle,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. they lose it, retreat to King's Landing, and there's some battle there, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I was just expecting to start the battle this episode. We're not even starting it till episode 3. That's halfway through. So maybe this is 3, 4, and 5 is the whole battle?
I have no idea, and I'm really excited to find out. But right now, I want to talk about your favorite part or parts. What were your favorite parts? And
I already got mine.
And then right after that, we're gonna do what were your least favorite parts.
Okay.
So,
well, my favorite part already was, and I think we talked about it before, but all the side eye that everyone gives throughout there was a lot at the very beginning.
So much side eye.
The part with Jaime Lannister was fucking awesome, and they started with it too. I wasn't sure whether they were going to go with that, and I like where they went with it. And just so much side eye and sassafras from fucking Daenerys, and oh my god, she beat him, just pummeled Tyrion into the ground with words. It was brutal, and it was awesome.
Well, and I think it's important to remember that that's something he was thinking about already, because Sansa had mentioned, wait, you believed her? I thought you were the smartest man alive.
Yeah.
And she just did her swish and walk away.
Yeah.
Swish, cape, walk away. And it was just like, he had to have been thinking about that.
So, yeah.
So I will say, specifically with Sansa, she has been my least favorite character pretty much since the beginning of the show.
For a lot of people.
And I think for this last season, I've actually gained a little bit of a different respect for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially compared to the first few seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, for sure. But I definitely still think that there's a lot going on there. But anyways, we'll save that for later. Favorite part?
My favorite part, oh my goodness. I think I'm torn. I'm torn between... I really loved when Torben was standing up for Brienne. First of all, the whole scene with them around the fire and talking, and there's maybe like 8 of them or so, and it's some of the most badass characters from the whole show sitting around having a drink right before they die, and Torben says like, "Wait, what do you mean you're not a knight? Like, you're fucking cool as shit. I thought you were a knight." And he was like, "Well, if I was a king, dude, you'd be the best knight in the fucking king." And then like leading to the awesome, and that's like, I think I know me and Nick teared up during that night.
Scene. My god, yeah. Well, you could see it in the actors' eye. Like, all their eyes were watery, too. All of them were. Like, you were looking at it, I was like, there's no way none of it's fake. Like, that is 8 years of actually, how long has Game of Thrones been along?
About 10 years.
That's 10 years of being together. And, like, it's coming to an end.
This episode specifically has, I've grown to appreciate I'm going to have to remember his name after this, but the actor who plays Jaime. So good.
Oh yeah.
You just see how worn down and beat he is, but between
so much different from his character at the beginning.
Yes. But between Torben standing up for Brienne then, and then also with Jaime, him speaking with Bran, I loved the conversation when it was the line that Bran gave when he was like, "I'm not that man anymore."
Yeah.
And Bran turned around and was like, "Well, but if you wouldn't have pushed me out the window, you wouldn't be." Like, you would still be that man.
Yeah.
And I would still be Bran. And it was just like you're a better person because you did that, and I'm not mad at you. And that I know I'd spoken about that off mic.
Yeah.
About how I was so excited for that conversation that I knew he wouldn't be mad at him for it. And it would be a huge weight off of Jaime, I feel. To know that this isn't something that he has to feel a guilt for, that he's kind of forgiven for.
Right.
Yeah, it makes it easier for him.
It's just a thing.
And that specifically, like, Bran could have said, like, "Oh yeah, I'm crippled because he pushed me out a window."
Yeah,
and Jon would have killed him. Jon would have killed him.
Right then and there.
Arya would have killed him. He would have been dead, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
It's just, I think that ultimately was my favorite moment.
I know, I'm pretty confident that even, because they talked about how afterwards, like, well, what about after? Are you gonna gonna snitch? You gonna snitch on me like that?" And then and they kind of just left that as a cliffhanger. But
Well,
I think you can take your guess that it's probably not gonna happen like that.
I think that's the point Brand's kind of making with that is don't even think about that. That's not the issue. Don't concern yourself with what happens afterwards. If we get through this, we're alive. You think I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you think I'm gonna, exactly. Like, you think I'm gonna fucking turn around and go like, oh, by the way, we should kill him because we're all alive thanks to the fact that he killed 100 walkers.
It's definitely interesting seeing how the entire of the North and probably a lot of King's Landing people are probably like, we're all fighting the same thing. Like, once we defeat this thing, we can go back to our little squabbles or whatever, but we have so much bigger of a problem, and it just makes the past few seasons, like, it's interesting to put into perspective. It's definitely pretty interesting. All the things that have happened.
I'm just super interested for when Cersei actually shows up.
Hey, I'm super happy. None of that bullshit this episode.
For sure. It was nice. It was nice.
This was because there's nobody else besides Cersei.
First off, it was a reunion. That's truly, like, at the core of the episode was a reunion.
That was the last episode,
all
too.
these, in the first episode. But now that I think that everybody's, like, there now, more acquainted, and not only that, but we now know that the fucking White Walkers are coming in the morning, and so it's the last. I like the.
Speaking of reunion and White Walkers coming in the morning, we got the side trek before we get off onto your favorite part, but the reunion of the Night's Watch. This was the first time that Sam and John and I keep forgetting.
There's
his
only
name.
like 3 of them left.
That's the only 3 left from the original group. But that's where they find out, like, you know, everybody's coming in the morning, and this is how much time we got left. Yeah. And just when the line he said was like, "Last one left, burn the rest."
Yeah.
Fuck. I got a T-shirt with that. I got my Night's Watch T-shirt on. I wanted one that says, "Last one left, burn the rest."
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So there was lots of, I guess, I truly loved the opening scene. Just that whole first encounter with Jamie was really awesome. And I liked how Brienne
stood up for him.
Yeah, stood up for him. And not only that, but even through some, like, and what she was saying was so legitimate, and it was so impactful, because it was like, hey, if it truly wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to save your ass.
Well, yeah,
you know, and it puts it, and like, how are you gonna argue with that? But in the same sense,
that's exactly how everybody acted. There was no bullshit. It was Sansa was like, that's where in the beginning you're like, I don't like Sansa, but in this, you know, this one she's like, oh, Brienne tells me, yo, Sansa, you'd be dead if it wasn't for him, and Sansa goes, oh, okay, I trust him.
Yeah. And especially because she trusts Brienne so much.
Yeah.
She even said it herself that she trusts her more than anyone. Like, if she says that, well, it's like, all right, well, you're probably right. You are right. Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
So I just really love the theme of this episode. It felt very cordial.
Yeah.
You know, it felt very like, okay, we have a job to do here, but at the same time, we don't know if we're gonna, you know, make it tomorrow. So let's do what we can tonight. Enjoy the time that we have. Remember about the old times. Hope for a better future. And regardless of, you know, that, make sure that you're potentially prepared to die tomorrow.
Well, that was that whole scene with them, with Podrick singing, and having that whole thing.
That was such a great montage. That was so good.
Montage.
That actually, I did want to mention that as Podrick's song. I really, really liked it. He had a great voice. He's a really good voice.
Hey, I called that.
Like,
remember when they were like, anybody got a song?
Yep.
I said Podrick, and I was like, I said Podrick, maybe Torben. I would have loved a Torben song.
That would have been interesting.
But, Podrick was the one. He's got a song. I knew
it would be him.
Podrick's got everything, bro. Iron Throne. Podrick for the Iron Throne. He was kicking ass. You see how much ass he was kicking? That's foreshadowing.
I love it.
Well, Brienne also, if you want to talk about foreshadowing, Brienne was also like, he's got a lot to learn.
Well, no. That was her.
Yeah, but
like,
you remember
he's got a lot to
Yeah,
learn.
do you remember where the fuck he came from?
Maybe.
Do you remember where he came from? He was hiding and running away from everything. So, like...
Oh, yeah.
He's got street
That's
smarts.
He's got street
all
smarts
kinds
now.
of-
And not only that, but now he's a fierce fucking warrior. And I'm ready to see him kick some fucking
Like,
ass.
he was not even
It's going to be
paying
really
attention.
bad when he dies.
I know.
I would love to go back and watch. I don't know if you were paying attention to the sparring he was doing.
I was.
One-handed, he was beating that
Yeah.
guy's ass.
All right, so we've talked about the things that we like. I want to start off with the things that I did not like. And there wasn't much because I really liked most of it. The thing, and it's not that I didn't like it. I guess I think things I wish were longer. The scene between Daenerys and Jon, while like there was parts of it that I did like, I don't think they had enough screen time. I think that it kind of felt rushed.
I actually like how they handled it. Because if they would have handled it any other way, it would have been the majority of the episode. And you would have lost out. While I don't like necessarily how, like, we got a lot of cool side stuff with them singing and shooting the shit around a fire, right? But we only have so much time. So maybe it would have been better dedicated to more of Daenerys Jon dealing with that, or maybe like that might have been
I would have liked to hear the emotions behind, because at that point now you're throwing it like this is what we just found out is a big fucking deal. It's a really big deal. And maybe it's not something that can obviously be solved the night before you're about to go into a massive battle that's going to determine the fate of all of Westeros. But I don't know.
I got an alternate, but also similar.
But and here's the thing is I'm not hating on it because I still enjoyed the scene. I just wish it was a little bit longer, and I wish that there was a little. I think the emotion started getting there towards the end. You could definitely see it in their facial expressions and stuff like that. I just think that I just felt like there was going to be a little bit more to it than there really was. Like I was really, because I told you last week off mic, we were talking, I was like, man, I can't wait for them to find out.
Right.
Like I can't wait for that scene because it's going to be, it's going to be so raw. Both these actors are so talented.
Well, I did and like that they focused on her while they were shooting. Like the scene was focused on her face.
And they were amazing actors. I'm not saying they weren't. I just wish it was a little bit more.
Right, because
a little bit longer.
I think they get interrupted with the horn saying like, "Oh shit's going on."
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that happens like that.
Did you have anything this episode?
I don't think so. I feel like because again, even before, like you guys were saying, you thought there was going to be fighting. I didn't think there was going to be any fighting. Anyway, I thought they might have started it, but not even hit anything. Like literally, like charge, and that's how it would have fucking ended.
Yeah.
But it feels like they kind of were just closing out on a lot of the meetings that they introduced on episode 1. Like we got a little bit more of Arya in the mountain, along with
not enough.
Arya. No, not enough.
Not the mountain. The hound.
The mountain.
But not enough.
Yeah, I agree. There was not enough there too.
With the iPad showed up,
and that's the thing is
was a funny scene,
that is now 2 times. That's now 2 times where we've had an opportunity to have like a real discussion. The first time they just totally brushed it off, and then the second time I thought they were gonna get into it, and then
okay, check this out. You're right. This is 2 opportunities we've had for a badass meeting between the 2 of them that has not fully occurred because of circumstances, right? Like you never really get the reunion that you want between these 2 characters. It almost happens, and then something occurs, and one of them, Arya, leaves.
Right.
The reunion occurs during combat. They're fighting side by side, kicking ass. and then the Hound.
Either
dies.
either that, or the Hound I think narratively speaking, the Hound or Arya are going to sacrifice themselves for one or the other.
Yeah, I think the reunion that you're really looking for is going to have to happen in combat.
Is gonna the reunion you're looking for is gonna have to happen in death.
Mm-hmm.
One way or the other. Yeah. And that is, I think, a common thread here that we tug so tightly. When
they keep us on our toes.
They don't fuck around.
So that was your least favorite?
No, I was just mentioning it.
Oh, but what was your least favorite?
I don't think I had one.
Favorite?
Not at all.
How about you,
I maybe a little bit disappointed that there was no combat, but
I know Alex's least favorite. I have my least favorite. Is goddamn Sansa with Daenerys when she flips the switch and she's like, "What about Jon being king in the North?"
That
right?
Oh, okay. No.
I didn't dislike it.
That's the dumbest part.
Here's the thing. That's the
Why are you bitching about
that's
that?
the Sansa that we all despise.
Exactly. That's the original
and she's just showing her true colors here. Yeah. Which brings me to why I hate Sansa so much, even though I think she has grown into a respectable character this time. I can't stand her.
Only somewhat.
So
only somewhat.
Sometimes. She's so driven by emotion.
No, I don't understand. She's so smart, and she knows. She's like, I'm worried because Jon loves you, right? And you can manipulate him.
Yeah.
And then Daenerys, like, okay, maybe she's worried that Daenerys isn't going to make him king. She's just using Jon, whatever. Then Daenerys comes out and says, like, look, I'm here, which is actually another great moment.
Yeah.
Where she says, I came here. The only thing I've given a shit about my whole life is the Iron Throne. And instead of going after King's Landing, which I could have done, I got 2 dragons. I could have fucking gone in and eaten Cersei. Would have fucking taken me nothing. They can't stop a dragon if I fucking go and want to eat her. They can't stop me. But I came here because I love Jon. And she goes, oh shit, she's crazy for Jon.
That lasted for 2 seconds.
Jon's going to be king of the 7 kingdoms. She's smart enough. She's learned from Cersei. She's learned from Littlefinger. She's learned from, all these people she's gotten fucked by her whole life. She knows that he's going to be king. And she goes, well, but what about the North? What do you mean, what about the North? He's still king of the North. He's just king of the North and also everything else.
Yeah, but he's also... But that's the kicker. Is neither one of them know that he's
no, but if
he's the true king.
If Sansa were to think that they just fell in love and got married, regardless of,
here's the thing, and quite honestly,
what I mean?
I believe that
wouldn't he then be king of everything?
I don't feel like Jon Snow would go back to the North if he had an opportunity to, because he's seen the fucking world at this point. Like he would.
But what's the difference between you being married and then being also the king, and then you like invade everywhere else and now you're king of the North and everything else? You know what I mean? Like you're in King's Landing, but you're the same king as Jon Snow. He's the king. He makes a decision. He's the king. Why are you bitching, Sansa? Shut up.
Well, isn't it supposed to be that
you want him to stay in Winterfell? He can stay in Winterfell.
Because Jon bent the knee to Daenerys. Wouldn't at least what I thought is Daenerys.
She's in charge, yes, but shut up, Sansa. A woman's in charge. You're mad about that?
I don't think they have time for.
He's still the king. Exactly. I don't think you have time for that. And she's mad about that. That was why that was my least favorite moment. Because she should be smart enough to understand that he's still actually the king, title wise, and she can spin this to make everybody else happy. And why are you bitching because there's an army walking out the door? And the queen is literally hand holding with you, trying to make. She came to your door. Why? Because glossed over for the episode. Right before that, Jorah says, "There's one thing you can do for me," and she immediately goes to Sansa. So Jorah says, "The one thing you can do for me is make nice with this family, make nice with the Starks. Do that for me." And she's like, "Perfect. Oh, okay, 100%."
She did try.
And Sansa's like, "Hey, but you know what?
Hey, but also fuck you."
Fuck you for no reason, and also there's nothing you can do about that. Like, what does she want from it?
I think it's a really interesting dynamic that right before this huge battle that she just got shat on by Sansa and Joe. Joe. God damn it.
Good old Joe.
Good old Joe
Stark.
You know, good old Joe Snow.
Joey Snow. Joey Targaryen.
No, but literally, like, Sansa was just like, fuck you, King of the North bullshit, right? And then she's all super pissed from that, and then she goes and talks to Jon, and Jon's like, hey, I'm actually king, and I'm your nephew. So this is kind of awkward, but not really. And then they're about to kill, or become killed.
Well, real quick, my other kind of not least favorite, but I also wasn't too happy with, and it's kind of a mirror or a reflection of yours. You wanted more scene, a longer time between Jon and Daenerys, them finding out. And instead of that, I would have liked to see other people finding out. Sansa finds out. Varys finds out. Jorah finds out that the true king is actually Jon. Like, all, like,
that shit's gonna get tight.
Like, how cool would it have been if while Sansa's mad about, okay, I wish Jon was the king of the North, then I find out, then I overhear, or Arya overhears Sam telling Jon that he's the actual king because she's around the crypts like she always is. So she overhears that, and then she walks and she tells Sansa, hey, Jon's the real king. And then now instead of
Arya does know, didn't she? Wasn't she listening?
No,
I felt like somebody was.
No, the only people that know now are Sam, Bran, Jon, and Daenerys. I've been paying attention to who exactly knows.
I wonder how much that would have changed things for the battle to come.
Well, see, it would have been. I just would have liked to see. Maybe you still get the same ending, right? It doesn't change anything as far as the ending, where as soon as, because Daenerys is the last one to find out, right? And then the horn blows, battle starts. But instead of like a singing scene, we just get Sam's there, and he drunkenly spills the beans about how Jon's the real king, and then you have everyone at the fire finds out that he's the true king. Then you have 8 people find out. And then the battle starts. I just think, like you said, I think more focus on who the true king is would have been really interesting.
Yeah, I like that concept. Now, for the last topic that I want to talk about, who the fuck is going to die next week?
Oh no, predictions. Death predictions next week. I got mine. Go. Alex, go.
No, I already went last time because I have to think about it too.
Nick?
I think that there's a couple of different interesting narratives going on right now. Well, it is Game of Thrones, right? I mean, come on, that's what we love.
We're at a coalescence of narratives now.
But exactly. So I think that, I don't think that Jon or Daenerys are gonna die. Like, I think that they'll be around. They'll be around for a while.
A little while longer, yeah.
But I think what we were talking about earlier, I think that the Hound or Arya, one of them are gonna die.
I think the Hound.
I feel like the Hound. I feel like the Hound almost dying is like symbolic in some sense because he's almost died so many. He's like Walter. He's like, you can't kill me. And
is it the guy with one eye?
Yes.
Beric.
Beric.
Dondarrion.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die.
Dondarrion.
And
I already know.
I think I 100%.
You think he's gonna die permanently?
Yes.
Really?
Because Thoros of Myr is already dead, and
Who?
he was the only one. See, I know all the names. Thoros of Myr.
I've never known names.
Thoros of Myr, the priest. He's the only one who brought him back to life. You need a fire priest.
Oh
or
yeah,
priestess to bring him back to life.
yeah.
Thoros is the only one who did, and he died.
That was the bald guy, right?
That was why the Hound said, Thoros ain't here, so you want to be brought back to life 9 times for me to toss you off this fucking wall?
So I also think that Theon, potentially. Just because I feel like it would be super symbolic.
No, we're going next episode.
Yeah, next episode?
We're going next
Okay.
episode. So you think,
Yeah,
who do you
I
think's
think-
next episode?
Hound and
Beric Dondarrion.
Beric. Yeah.
Beric Dondarrion. That's a good name. Easy to remember.
That Dondarrion. I think one of the two, Brienne or Jaime, are gonna die. I don't know which one. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think one of them will probably die. And then also probably some just like side characters that like you'll see die and you'll be like, oh shit, they didn't get much screen time, but fuck, I wanted them to survive.
Like who?
I'm thinking specifically of the little Mormon girl, the awesome girl.
Oh,
Awesome little girl. I think she might die.
Lady Mormon.
Lady Mormon, yeah.
I don't think she's gonna die this.
I don't want her to die.
Maybe next episode.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
maybe like 2 episodes from now or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe at the back.
She lasts a long time. Yeah.
Exactly. Hold up. Wait a second.
Mm.
She was She was cool as shit this episode.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
In her armor, like I'm battling, and everyone was like,
fucking awesome.
"Yes, my lady."
Yeah,
Like, fuck yeah. She may not
she's-
die at all.
Yeah.
But
I would love if she did not die. I just want her to destroy every walker out there.
because remember, they are completely equipping everybody. They said like, "We've got dragon glass and Valerian steel." Like everybody is being outfitted with things that fucking fuck shit up.
Well, and also too,
And
from
the walls are covered in dragon glass.
I think it's going to be very interesting because the amount of damage you have to do with dragon glass. I mean, you could literally just swipe somebody and it would like destroy
All
them.
Sam did was stab him once and he'd shatter.
And he shattered. So, if anything, like you
one
probably have.
arrow grazes them.
Yep.
And they're making
Either that, but it's going to take out probably multiple people.
exactly because no resistance.
Yeah.
So I think like it's gonna be people dying, right? But they're gonna it's gonna be good.
But they're going to be killing some bitches too.
Kill some bitches.
Lots of dead.
My
bitches.
predictions: Brienne's dead.
Mm.
Sir Brienne is dead.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I talked about this off mic immediately after the episode ended. She got her knighting. She got her moment. It was fucking great.
There's a reason she had her moment right there.
She is outside the walls for no tactical reason. There's no reason for her to be outside the walls.
Look, you're thinking about it too hard, and that you're thinking about it at all.
Right, but there's no reason to charge.
You know-
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
You
but
don't-
also,
you don't know yet.
You're
You don't
making it
know
less
yet.
fun.
You don't know yet. You don't know yet.
Okay, we no.
This is what they want you to do in the trailers.
We
They want you to argue with your friends afterwards.
We also talked about this. We said there may not be room for siege weapons,
Right.
so you may have to put them outside the walls. You would need forces there to protect the siege weapons. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I just
Winterfell
think,
really isn't that big, though. I mean, compared.
no. It's actually a massive castle.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think there'd be that many siege weapons inside of it.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's not like. It's not King's Landing.
Right.
Right. It's maybe like a third or a quarter of that size. So it makes sense that you would have to put catapults or trebuchets outside. I get that. But I think her being outside means she dead. I think Jaime's gonna live. Maybe not through the end of the battle. But I think he's gonna be fine because he's gonna have one of them is gonna have to watch the other one die.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think he's gonna have to watch Brienne die because that'd be really fucked up for him to see that shit.
Yeah.
I think the Hound is also gonna die too.
Yeah. I can
Because
definitely see
I
that.
think Arya's gonna have to watch that, and I don't think she's got much longer.
No. No. Probably
Really,
not.
here's the thing. Like, I still think she has time.
Ooh, it might be even kind of poetic if Brienne and the Hound died together because they fought.
That's very true.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very true.
But I don't think Theon's going to die, or he might die because Theon's going to be defending Bran. He's going to be with Bran.
So maybe not next episode.
No, I think the end of the episode, Night King shows up in the Godswood and
Boom.
kills Theon. That's the end of the episode. The cliffhanger
I
is
like that.
he off somebody that's there protecting Bran.
Either that or
Somebody that's there.
the
And I think
cliffhanger for next episode is that he just shows up
right, exactly.
in the same. Like, it's just Bran, Theon.
There's going to be a group of people there protecting Bran, and the Night King's going to show up and they're going to fight. That's going to be it. But also, they mentioned having the dragons protecting Bran, so I think they're going to kind of have them. But he said far enough away to where the Night King will show up, so you like ambush him with dragons.
Yeah. Right.
But I think for sure Brienne and the Hound.
Oh yeah. Well, boys, I think that just about wraps up our Game of Thrones discussion.
Boy.
Oh,
We'll
one
see.
more week.
All your favorite characters are dead.
Yeah, pretty much. So thank you for tuning in. I mean, like I was saying before, this is just going to be an extra thing we wanted to do after watching Game of Thrones because we love Game of Thrones and we have a podcast, so why the fuck not? And with that, if you would like to, if you have any questions or if you have anything that you would like us to talk about, you can email us at at dungeonjunkies@gmail.com. And you can also go and visit the website and fill out one of those contact forms as well. We'll also get that. And you boys have anything else to say?
Yeah, if you actually cared what we had to say about Game of Thrones and you want to hear our opinions about more television shows or movies or whatever, you want to hear our opinions on games, at us, bro, on Twitter at Dungeon Junkie and tell us, yo, check this shit out. And we liked what you said and what you said was stupid and whatever it is. Just let us know. Follow us.
Please, because we say a lot of stupid things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But good stupid.
All right.
The good stupid.
Yeah.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.